Hey guys.
I'm Bob.
I'm Barb. Together we make up
HetteshWorld.
Today we are doing a special recipe for you guys. It is a tomato soup, keto style, but also can be made just how you like it. So stay tuned. We're Bob and Barb. We've lived by the rules all of our lives, but in 2020 we threw that rule book out the window. We sold our home and moved full-time into an RV with our cat Amelia, and from now on we will be living life our way. Don't you want to come travel in our world? Alright, we're going to start out by putting 4 tablespoons of butter into our Instapot. I'm actually doing a double serving, so the recipe I list below will be for a single. We're going to go ahead and get our onions going. We have typically 1 slice of onion for 1 serving. I'm doing about 2.5 for this serving here.
Can you smell it?
So the next thing you add is 4 cloves. Just going to sprinkle those in. Anytime in an Instapot, if you can saute something and get it going, then you're going to give it a little bit more flavor, especially herbs and spices. So we're being brave here. We're adding in a whole teaspoon of red hot pepper flakes. This is optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. So we'll give it just another few seconds.
I got old crying eyes here.
Okay, in an RV, this happens. Well, for me, this happens anywhere. My eyes are sensitive to everything, but the onions got me, which is normal. And we did use our vent to keep all the steam out, in case people are wondering. So next, I am going to go in. It is 4 cups of tomatoes. I actually have 8 here, and these are fresh tomatoes we picked up from a farmer. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in next. And we're just going to let them go for a little bit sauteing until, just to get their juices flowing a little bit. So now I'm going to add in, normally it's about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm going to add in 4, which is about the whole can here. And the reason I'm adding that in is that the soup is not normally red like Campbell's, which Campbell's is very expensive right now in the store if you try to buy it. But that's red dye number 2. So this helps give it a little bit more of a red color. Otherwise it's kind of orangey, but it doesn't matter because it tastes delicious.
It gives you a little thickening too.
So the next thing we're going to add is our chicken stock. And the chicken stock is made by Barb herself. Now, our chicken stock is a homemade bone broth recipe that if you're really nice someday, I might share with you. I've worked a while to get this the way I wanted. And the tomato soup recipe is also our own as well. We started out with some recipes that we found, and they were okay, but they just weren't quite right. So chicken stock is normally 2 cups. We did 4 cups because we're doing a double batch. So let's get this stirred in. Now, when you see it, we are going to add some additional items to it, but it looks kind of watery and kind of chunky. So the last ingredient we add is, for the normal recipe, it's 2 tablespoons of flour and a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of sugar. So what we have done, since we're doubling it, I have 4 tablespoons of my almond flour. I have 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, which is the vitamin B that we add in, which gives it good vitamins. I've added in 2 teaspoons of salt and 4 teaspoons of our sugar. So we'll add this in. And let me stir this in. It has to cook. So the next part of the magic is we are going to let this cook in the Instapot. Okay, we're going to turn it off, Sauté. And we're going to turn it on pressure cook, and we are going to do it for 20 minutes. And what that does is that is going to break it down into pure deliciousness. So it's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to heat up, to build up that pressure. It's going to cook for 20 minutes, and then I let it release naturally, which saves a lot of, steam coming into your RV. And then it's still going to be a little bit chunky. Bob comes in and he has a very special role he plays. Alright, so our delicious soup has been cooking for about 20 minutes. The smells are incredible. I mean, I think you would really like it. We let it kind of go for 10 minutes on its own after it's done cooking, because it does kind of like a nice gentle release. And then just to be safe, I push this down, throw the little towel on it, and just make sure that everything has been done. And it's good to turn the vent on and all that so you don't have that in your RV. So now, this is what you're left with. And you're like, but Barb, it's still not smooth. What is the secret? Bob is the secret.
Here's the secret.
Let me come over here.
We're going to grind this up. This stuff breaks down pretty easy after it's been cooking for 20 minutes.
If you remember, it's always good to hold the little thing back here so it don't splatter everything.
It should be fine on this one because it's full. You can make this as chunky as you want if you want a chunkier soup, or you can puree it pretty much to liquid.
And then just to show you, it is kind of an orangey red, and that's normal because that's, you know, it's kind of all based on its color, the tomatoes you get.
It's actual natural colors. It's not.
Yeah. No chemicals, no nothing.
Once you've had this soup, you'll never go back to regular tomato soup out of a can for sure.
Yeah. They say that normal Campbell's tomato soup is over $2 a can right now because of what's going on.
Supply chain issues.
And it's good. I grew up on Campbell's, but it's got a lot of chemicals, a lot of salt in it. This is the way to go. And you can use your own flours and your own sugars. You don't have to use what we use. So the last secret we put into it, and give it one more stir, is cream. And I do about 1/4 cup of cream. So let's mix this in. I believe I'm going to actually need a 1/2 cup of cream because I did a double batch.
Like we said, the nice thing about a keto recipe is heavy cream is your best friend.
Yep. As this chills, it gets a little bit thicker. It's not super watery. And it doesn't separate. We keep it in the fridge. You can it also, but we pretty much eat it. And what goes with tomato soup?
Crackers.
Crackers. So we're gonna be making our cracker recipe,
which you all seen before.
Yep.
If you watched our chowder video, you'll see the crackers.
All right. Let's see what it tastes like. If it needs any more salt, I guarantee you it's gonna be a little spicy, and it's gonna be hot. So. Here goes the taste test.
Look at Barb and her big spoon. I told you she likes a shovel.
I've got the big mouth. I get to have a big spoon. Perfect.
No more cream.
No more cream. No more salt. Perfect.
All right, next we're going to go ahead and fill up our bottles and then let this cool. And we're going to have deliciousness for a while.
I would like to thank subscriber Fawn who gave us this incredible funnel. Now we could can these if we wanted to, but we pretty much go through tomato soup. It's a good lunch item. It's a good side item. If you need an extra vegetable. I do have an assortment of funnels, but this is the only wide mouth funnel I have, which is good. There you go, 3 jars.
3 quarts.
So I will list this recipe below. We hope that you like the recipes that we're doing. We're just trying to show you different ways of how we eat and cook in the RV and how we try to take care of ourselves. So give us a thumbs up.
Yep.
Smash up that notification bell. And I have learned that under notifications, you can choose also the videos you want to see if you don't want to see all of them. But I don't know who doesn't want to know what HetteshWorld's doing all the time.
That's right.
Subscribe.
Give us the comments. And we'd like to know what your favorite keto food is or your favorite food period, and give it to us, and we'll see if we can turn it into keto recipe for us.
Yep, and make sure you share what you do with us as far as anything goes, but especially food.
Yep.
So remember, we're HetteshWorld.
Come travel in our world.
Bye.